We're about to take a look at a proposed Stephon Gilmore and Davante Adams trade idea. Before that, though, Patriots fans, if you guys want more videos, hit that big red button and subscribe right now. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we can do even more videos for you guys. And, oh, by the way, we're free. So there's no reason not to subscribe right now. NFL training camps are just around the corner. There are some players upset with their contract situations, and that's probably why Fansided has pitched a unique trade idea between the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers. I will make note, by the way, a Patriots side of the Fansided account, so just keep that in mind as we go through this here. They have proposed a Gilmore for Adams trade, acknowledging, by the way, that correctly, I would argue, Davante Adams carries more value, so Patriots have to give us something in addition to not just a one-for-one swap. Now, on the page cycles, we'll go through both here. Gilmore is set to report to camp, but he wants a new contract. He wants to get paid, and the Patriots don't have a number one receiver, so it does kind of make some sense. For the Green Bay side, however, as they deal with just drama everywhere, I am so sorry, Packers fans. The Packers and Adams have stopped contract talks. He wants a massive deal. Green Bay's like, I'm not sure on that one. And I'll also make note that they're in bad shape at wide receiver without Davante Adams, who I thought last year was the best receiver in all of football. 115 catches for over 1,174 yards. Only 14 games, mind you, was almost at 100 yards per game. And then, fantasy owners loved it, 18 touchdowns as well. Adams, again, he was the best receiver last year in football. Now, Gilmore in 2019, I thought was the best cornerback in the NFL. And these players are both getting a little bit older, but Gilmore's coming off the quad issue. That's why he's kind of what I'm going to term opting in to training camp, in the sense that he'll be there, but maybe isn't going to really be all that involved early on as he waits for his new deal. But he was at a down year in 2020. So, in part because of where these players are at value-wise, but also because of where they're at in terms of their team needs, I'm not sure a trade makes the most sense. I'll give my thoughts, but first, I do want to hear from you guys. Let's say a trade does start to make sense, and they can figure out the draft pick value to balance it out, since Green Bay is giving up the better player. Who do you think says no to this trade? Type GB for the Packers, or type in NE for the Patriots. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's the Packers who say no. Yeah, they're kind of in a weird spot with both Adams and Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think a trade actually makes sense for them with where they're at with their roster. Green Bay with Davante Adams plus MVS, Allen Lazard, new slot receiver Amari Rodgers, maybe Devin Funchess and EQ St. Brown. That's a good enough receiving core. Like, that will get by. If you lose Davante Adams, at minimum, a top 5 receiver, if not top 3 and if not top 1, all of a sudden, this grouping for the Packers isn't that good. This becomes, I think, one of the worst receiving rooms in the NFL. And even if, hypothetically, the Patriots were to throw in N'Keal Harry, that's not much value there anyway, Gilmore isn't even that big of a need for Green Bay. It doesn't feel that big of a need for Green Bay. Jair Alexander is in the same vein as far as I'm concerned talent-wise with Stephon Gilmore. They brought back Kevin King. They drafted Eric Stokes in round 1. Chandon Sullivan handled the nickel corner role. So, yeah, in theory, you could bring in Gilmore, make Alexander a nickel in nickel packages, but that still leaves King and Stokes, one of them backups no matter what there. And, oh, by the way, Alexander's also due for a massive new contract. Do you want to pay Jair Alexander something like $19.5 million, right in line with the Marlon Humphrey deal, and probably give Gilmore like $17 million to beat Darius Slay? It's doable. Helps if you were to, move Adams and save money there, but I don't think that makes enough sense for Green Bay. As for the Patriots side, yeah, it does make some sense. The idea of adding Davante Adams to Nelson Aguilar or Kendrick Bourne, you could help cut N'Keal Harry if you want. That makes the receiving core that much better. It does leave them thin at cornerback. Maybe a Kevin King could go as part of the deal. Maybe. Not sure that makes the most sense, but that's one hypothetical on that front. And then you throw in J.C. Jackson. I think the Patriots in the end, yeah, it makes more sense for them. I'd be pretty stunned if a Gilmore for Adams deal went down, though, in the end.